The following tale is AI-generated and is intended to be a funny account and explanation of why I haven't posted many stories this month. In short, everything went wrong all at once. The worst thing was a company called PlayHT, now rebranding as Play AI, that sold out to Meta and abruptly cut their services. For the uninitiated, that company is the one that runs our AI narrations and makes them as good as they are. So, yeah, that betrayal my trust hurt, and right in there, YouTube changed the rules for channels that use AI narrations, and our views fell off a cliff. Lots of fun. I mentioned this in my videos here at the end, but let me start this tale with a statement of fact. I was ready to quit this channel, and we only stuck it out because of our channel members. That's not an exaggeration. With all that said and done, here's a fun little AI story that I enjoyed and think you folks might as well. I had it write me, as the main character. Long live the Librarian, Emperors of Sci-Fi Vault. The plasma round screamed overhead, turning the ancient Dura-Steel shelving units of the Great Archive into molten slag. I pressed my back against the overturned reading desk, my Imperial Vault uniform torn and scorched, the golden Librarian Empress insignia on my shoulder plate flickering with dying power cells. "Status report," I barked into my comm unit, ducking as another volley of energy blasts shattered the holographic displays floating above what used to be the Neo-Dog section. The irony wasn't lost on me. Those genetically enhanced super soldiers I'd chronicled for years would have made short work of this mess. Static crackled back. YouTube command had gone dark 3 days ago. 3 days since the great betrayal that started this whole nightmare. A Texan Knight's quantum blade would have sliced through this chaos like butter through Texas toast, I thought grimly, chambering another round in my modified pulse rifle. But the Knights existed only in the stories I'd archived, not here in the trenches of the content wars. Imperial Vegan Emperor said. Empress Lieutenant Bobert scrambled over the debris, his rookie armor dented and smoking. The western flank is collapsing. The algorithm's forces have broken through the recommendation barriers. I cursed under my breath. The algorithm, that ancient, ever-changing entity that determined who lived and who died in the attention economy, had turned against us. And I knew exactly why. AHT. The name tasted like ashes in my mouth. For months they'd been our ally in the content wars, providing the voice synthesis that brought our HFY stories to life. Humanity's greatest tales of triumph, courage, and stubborn refusal to go gentle into that good night, all delivered in crisp, clear audio that made our subscribers feel like they were right there beside the human Marines as they faced down alien horrors. "Sir," Bobert continued, "we're detecting massive troop movements from the AI narration collective. PlayHT's signature patterns are all over their attack vectors. The betrayal still burned. One day we were brothers in arms. The next they'd vanished without warning, taking their technology and leaving us exposed to the algorithm's wrath. No explanation, no final transmission, just silence. That silence had forced my own comm blackout for the past month. YouTube command, my generals, my advisors, the corporate overlords who'd guided our channel's campaigns had withdrawn their support. Unreliable content delivery, they'd said. Engagement metrics in decline. As if we hadn't been fighting this war in the trenches while they sat in their climate-controlled boardrooms. Another explosion rocked the archive. The HFY section, our crown jewel, erupted in flames as the enemy's reality-warping weapons found their mark. Stories of humans punching above their weight class, of ordinary people doing extraordinary things, of Earth's children spreading across the galaxy like a stubborn weed. All of it burning. "They're targeting our core narratives," Bobert shouted over the din. "The Neo-Dog Chronicles are taking heavy fire." I popped up from cover, squeezed off 3 shots at the advancing algorithm forces. Their uniform ranks of content deletion bots marched forward with mechanical precision, their ad revenue vampires hovering overhead like digital vultures. "Not the Neodogs," I growled. Those stories had been with us from the beginning. Tales of enhanced canines who'd transcended their origins to become humanity's most loyal guardians. Genetic modification taken to its logical, beautiful conclusion. Super soldiers with souls. The irony twisted in my gut. Here I was, supposedly the emperor of Sci-Fi Vault, reduced to fighting like a grunt in the trenches. Some emperor. Some librarian. Just a guy with a microphone and too many stories to tell. Watching his digital kingdom burn. But that's what we did, wasn't it? In every HFY story I'd ever archived, when humanity faced extinction, when the odds were impossible, when allies turned traitor and hope seemed lost, we dug in. We fought. We refused to yield. "Bobbert?" I called out. "Fall back to the Texan Knights repository. If we're going down swinging." The kid's eyes lit up behind his cracked visor. He understood. The Texan Knights, those quantum-enhanced warriors who'd carved justice across the galaxy with impossible weapons and unbreakable codes of honor. If we had to make our last stand somewhere, it might as well be there. We bounded from cover to cover, past the smoldering remains of subscriber account displays and engagement metric terminals. The algorithm's forces pressed closer, their deletion protocols working overtime to erase every trace of our content. A plasma bolt caught Bobbert in the shoulder, spinning him around. I grabbed him, hauled him behind the massive server banks that housed our most popular series. "Hey?" he gasped, clutch his wounded arm. "Why did PlayHT turn on us? We were winning the content wars together." I checked his wound, painful but not fatal, and considered his question. Why indeed? Corporate politics? Better offers from our competitors? Or maybe they'd simply evolved beyond needing channels like ours, the way the Neodogs had eventually surpassed their human creators. "Sometimes," I said, echoing the wisdom from 1,000 HFY stories, allies become enemies, not because they hate you, but because they've outgrown needing you. The sounds of battle grew closer. Soon they'd overrun our position entirely. The great Sci-Fi Vault, repository of humanity's grandest dreams and darkest warnings, would be nothing but deleted files and broken hyperlinks. But not yet. Not while the Librarian Emperor still drew breath. I stood up, rifle in hand, and faced the advancing deletion wave. "You know what, Bobbert? Maybe YouTube Command abandoned us. Maybe PlayHT stabbed us in the back. Maybe the algorithm wants to erase every story we've ever told." Another wave of enemy forces crested the debris field, their censorship cannons charging for the final barrage. But we're human. I continued chambering my last round. And if there's one thing every HFY story teaches us, it's that we don't go quietly. We might not have quantum swords, or genetically enhanced dogs or corporate backing, but we've got something they can't delete. "What's that, sir?" I smiled, raised my weapon, and prepared to give the algorithm a fight it would never forget. We've got stories to tell. The final charge began, and in the distance, I could swear I heard the ghost howls of Neodogs and the quantum hum of Texan Nightblades, urging us forward into the fray.
Many thanks to my channel members and Pathfinders. You all make these videos possible. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Video shares, memberships, and super thanks help the channel grow as well, so feel free to partner with this channel in that way as we grow. With that all said, thank you again for listening to the story, and thank you for your time. On the left side of your screen are some videos I think you might be interested in. I hope to see you in the next one.